and we can definitely see it happening. Let's get into it first. Going back again, theme, trust in the process. Year ago, we're crying, O-line, we need a tackle, They don't get it. They get the quarterback, and they make do this season. First pick in this one, even though we looked at edge, we looked at corner, they went offensive tackle from Oregon, Josh Connerly. Will, what are your thoughts about this guy?
So, remember on draft night when Nathan decided, he was on Twitter looking up, he's like, oh, you guys aren't going to like this. And we reacted differently. It was not the pick we were expecting. Like, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, are they going to get Jahad Campbell? Are they going to get, a wide receiver? A cornerback? Like, what are they going to do? Could they possibly go after Mike Green? Could they surprise us and get that guy? But this was a guy who, some of the guys like Daniel Jeremiah had mocked him to us, and we're saying, listen, this is a need for Washington. Getting better along the offensive line would be really helpful for them. And so I wasn't upset about it, you know. And what also helped a couple days later, when you find out that Howie Roseman hangs up the phone and goes, "Good pick," then you're like, "Oh, there's the street cred that we needed." Even Philly thought this guy's good, So after it happened, like I said, it wasn't the guy that I necessarily were anticipating them picking, but afterwards, now you sit there and say, you got Tunsil on the left side. You got Connerly on the right. Yes. You're going to have Cosme back. You're going to have Coleman at left. It's like, wait a minute. We really just made this offensive line a strength.
Exactly.
And how better can you help out your young quarterback? I almost call him the rookie, but your young quarterback than to beef up his offensive line. So I'm like, love this. Now I'm on board. What about you?
100%. And again, like you said, hindsight is 2020. Because that night, you can go back and look at my face where it was like, really, this is what we're doing. But Dallas had the same thought with them getting Booker. But we all, and we proved this, and I think some of the coaches talked about this. We all were paying attention to what Philly did last year in the Super Bowl and to us. We all paid attention to what the Giants did with the third overall pick, getting Abdul Carter, adding him to that dominant D-line. So this move was A, protecting the investment, B, is solidifying. I mean, we went from not having any credible, not credible. Coleman, shout out to him, but he's not Tunsil and he's not Connerly, right? So any credible real tackles to now having two guys. And this guy's man is 6'4", 315, physical in the run game. But the thing that really is beautiful about this guy, pass blocking extraordinaire. Only one sack given up last year. I think a sack and 5 pressure given up the year before. I think as an O-line, his junior year, they had only given up 5 sacks total. So he was in good company, but he definitely held his own. I love the fact that we bring in a guy that has been a fixture on a dominant team in college to come over here and potentially work out for us. And we're protecting JD5. Look, I was about to say RG3, but he's in his own bit of hot water, so I'm gonna leave him alone out there. But we're definitely protected the quarterback. And look, we wanted this last year. It came this year. I'm good with it. Now I'm just like perfect. I like that pick.